Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday night, going into Sunday, the 12-game winning streak. This is the Woo Report, episode 256, titled Take a Victory Lap, New Jersey Devils fans. And I hope you take a lap. You better take a victory lap. A 12-game winning streak. It feels so good right now to be a New Jersey Devils fan. It feels very good to be a New Jersey Devils fan. 12-game winning streak. Think about what you've been through. All the heartache, the endless rebuild, the pain. Now the Devils are solidly in first place of the Metropolitan Division. Remember when the Devils were 0-2 this season? And they've come roaring back. Roaring back. Very historic day today. Sweeping through Western Canada earlier in the month. Beating Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary. Then going through Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa today. Undefeated in Canada against Canadian-based teams. The adversity that the Devils had to go through to get to this point. The team's not taking anything for granted anymore. The team itself, the young players, starting with Miles Wood, saying after the opening season game against the Flyers on the road that he was tired of being on a team that was not very good. And I'm paraphrasing. But now, the Devils are very good. They are scary good. The way they're beating teams, the way they come back, teams are throwing everything that they have at the New Jersey Devils with speed, skill, toughness. Since going 0-2, the only team that's beaten the Devils was the Washington Capitals, and I don't think the real Devils showed up that game, which has started this 12-game tear around the NHL. Even Mackenzie Blackwood going down the Devils, not a problem. We have our plan B, Vitek Vanacek, who has pretty much been lights out. But what about Akira Schmid filling in as the third string goaltender for your New Jersey Devils? Tough kid. Thrown in the mix when Vanacek went down. Made some unbelievable saves. And when I mean unbelievable saves, they were point-blank range saves Schmid made. And I'll tell you, the Devils found a way to win that night, despite having Vanacek out, with the rookie goaltender coming in cold in the middle of the third period. That's adversity, folks. And one of the things about this 12-game winning streak is there are no excuses. Just win. And win they did. 12 games in a row. Undefeated against Canadian-based teams. Undefeated so far in the month of November. I'm telling you, folks, this team is good. Scary good. And I will tell you that I can't be more prouder and more enthusiastic about this season as I'm seeing all the comments coming up on the YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Supernova 68 says, feeling great. Tony P says, I'm on my second bottle of wine watching these peasant teams compete for second in the Metro. No longer are the Devils the bottom feeders, folks. They're on top of the mountain right now in the Metropolitan Division, looking down at Carolina, looking down at the Islanders, looking down at the Rangers, looking down at the Columbus Blue Jackets, Flyers, Penguins. Lindy Ruff went from fire him to a freaking genius, Felix 33. The fire Lindy chance. This is the ultimate way for Lindy Ruff, and I'm not saying he planned it this way or was premeditated, but the best way to answer your critics is just winning. And we talked about this on the last Woo Report, about how winning solves everything. It definitely did here. It definitely solved everything here. I don't think Lindy Ruff's job is on the line. Not even close right now. I think the staff that he has assembled, that he got to pick and choose, is doing just fine. Quite well with Andrew Burnett, Ryan McGill, Sergei Brelin, bringing back the goalie coach. I think Lindy Ruff just went from rock bottom in this so far in this young season to almost a shoo-in for the Jack Adams Award winner as league's best head coach. But this is just crazy. This is just ludicrous what the Devils are doing. We were more expecting a progress in improving. And there's still a lot of work to be done. Don't get me wrong. There are still things that the Devils need to do right now. But they are playing like a team, the cohesiveness, playing for each other. And tomorrow on pucksandpitchforks.com, there will be an article out by me, in the middle of writing now, that the Devils hate losing more than they love winning. Because what Miles Wood said after the game against Philadelphia, which is their only road loss, which is shocking so far this season. So since then, they've been undefeated on the road. You could tell that Miles Wood, being one of the longest tenured New Jersey Devils on this roster at the age of 27, he was sick of it. Got fed up. His teammates got fed up. And they answered the bell. But you New Jersey Devils fans should take a victory lap. Not saying that the season's over, that everything's going to be hunky-dory. But you deserve this 12-game winning streak. You've suffered enough losing for all this time about the never-ending rebuild. Always talking about the future, but now the future is now. It's 2022. Going into 2023, the New Jersey Devils have finally arrived. Tom Fitzgerald is the GM. Marty Brodeur moving into executive VP role, making sure that the goalies are going to be good. Nico Hischier, yep. Rafont on the YouTube Live. Nico Hischier's taken it to a new level. Nico Hischier has always taken it to the next level. The only difference now is his teammates are following suit. The no-quit attitude. He got hurt today. Vicious cross-check. But he came back in the game like a hockey player. Steve Engel, I hope your deliveries went well today. Saying captain, doing captain things. Eric Hollis scoring. And I know this is the last place Ottawa Senators team, but on any given game, you can take it for granted. And Ottawa could have kept up with you. You let these teams hang around, they're going to make you pay. But the Devils had an answer for them. He had an answer for them, the Devils. But it was a trap game that the Devils didn't get trapped in, and that's the most important thing you need to know. It was a great game today. John Marino, the shutdown guy, has been very consistent on the blue line. Damon Severson's playing better, but needs to elevate his game. Ryan Graves, not bad. Dougie Hamilton getting involved offensively. But Devils versus Bruins, that's going to be a marquee matchup. But the Devils still have to finish business. They got Edmonton Oilers on Monday. And you know that they're going to be gunning for the New Jersey Devils. Love to see a sellout crowd Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Friday, they're going to be up at Buffalo. They better bring their snowblowers with them because they got slammed with snow. But Monday's going to be a big game at the Rock. Devils at home. We know what the Devils did to Edmonton in their building. You would expect that Connor McDavid would have every incentive to showcase his talents. But just remember, the Devils did beat Edmonton last season at the Rock, which was a shocker. And the Devils are built well. They can match speed for speed. Now that they got the mindset and the mentality to overcome any kind of adversity, the Devils, this year's Devils team has some hockey grit to it. Something that was missing last season and many seasons before. Miles Wood got things going. That's Miles Wood. But I'll tell you, I'm very happy about these New Jersey Devils. I'm very happy what's going on, and I'm very happy and proud to be a New Jersey Devils fan. So, folks, enjoy your Saturday night, Sunday. We're going to have the Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday edition. Scotty of SiriusXM and I think Beer Baron's going to show up. Short Sky's on assignment. We'll recap the game, the week that was, and preview the week that's coming up. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Folks, really enjoy this one. These kind of winning streaks rarely happen, but they do happen. The Devils are going to go tying their record, 13. I remember that 13-game winning streak. But this Devils team, out of all the Devils teams I've seen over the years, this one has a much, much, much bigger upside than those Stanley Cup teams that we witnessed back in 95, 2000, 2003. I'll throw in the 2001 team, only because I still think that they rigged it for Ray Bourque. 9 p.m. Eastern. Steve Engel. Tony P. says, every podcast predicted the Devils to be 7th in the Metro. Did this podcast predict that? I think we predicted progress. But nothing like this. Although I did say that Lindy Ruff should be the head coach of the New Jersey Devils in 22-23 season. American Whiskey and Edison Place. We're nuts. Coyotes night. When is the next time? Well, technique. My good friend Nick. Monday, I will be at American Whiskey. Wednesday, I will be at American Whiskey. Maybe a little late, not sure. All depends on traffic. Saturday, I'll be at American Whiskey. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be podcasting. But our next big event is going to be December 9th when Vinny Parisi's in town at American Whiskey. So come stop by. We're going to have our guinea pigs. We'll do a pre-show of the big show, the pregame show. Test out the equipment. Get some of you fans on live air. Get to experience some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, what we do here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. We try to get everybody involved. And just be patient. You know, we're still trying to figure things out here as things have opened up. You know, it's been a long 2 years for a lot of people. It's nice that the things are opening up. The Devils are winning. Even the New York area football teams are winning, including Buffalo. Even though Buffalo is kind of on a slump right now. But it's all good. It's all good. And take that victory lap. You get a chance at work at the water cooler. You tell that Ranger fan, your time is over. You didn't win a cup during our rebuild, so you better sit down and watch the ride. We'll show you how it's done. You tell those Flyer fans, look, it's been since 75. You can keep on waiting because the Devils are going to dominate in the next 10 years, and you've got nothing to show for it. You tell the Penguin fans, look, you tanked it for Sidney Crosby, but you guys are a bunch of idiots for letting Ray Shero and Tommy Fitz go. And by the way, Tommy Fitz fleeced your team when we got John Marino and we pretended that we had a great prospect or young player called Ty Smith, although I think he could be good, but for the sake of trash talk, that's what you tell them. And for whatever reason, you have a Columbus Blue Jackets fan at work. You just tell them the real Johnny Hockey is John Marino, not that guy called Johnny Gaudreau that ghosts great GMs that fleece other teams. And thank you very much, because Johnny Gaudreau ghosted, we had the salary cap space to obtain a John Marino, because our great GM, Tommy Fitz, weaponized the cap system and just basically poached one of your good talents. Now great talent. I'm telling you, you got to be trash talking at work. This is the time, folks. You're on a 12-game winning streak. There's no time for, but they can revert back to the old Devils are history. They've got a taste of what it's like to win and how to get there. Finally. Jack Hughes, mean streak. I love that 9-game heater press conference when the reporter was asking about anything that you could do more consistency. Well, we're on a 9-game heater, Yeah, good for you, Jack Hughes. Sometimes these reporters just ask the most asinine, stupid questions. I like hard fastball questions that are relevant to what the fans want to know and relevant to the game itself. That's just me. But even this podcast is on a heater right now, as we are hitting record numbers. You fans have inspired us. We've met you fans at American Whiskey, and we know you're listening, and we do our best. We're just like you. We're just Devils fans. And we're gonna party together. We're gonna win together. 12 victories in a row. And for all those Islander fans out there, again, we went to trash talking. Lou who? That's right. 12 Ric Flair woos, says Max on the YouTube Live. And I really can't believe you folks on a Saturday night are listening to what I have to say. Nate Milbank says on the Facebook, like, somebody needs to shove a stick into Austin Watson's throat. That Sharon Govich goal was a big statement. And you know what? This team responds. They're not, you know what? They're responding smartly. Because we talk about, wanting to end the career of that guy, Watson. But the reality is, I think the Devils responded the way you're supposed to, or how you're really taught on the scoreboard. They did that. But like what I said on Devils After Dark, look, the players just took the guy's license plate number. And the next time he comes around and he horses around like that and he does something like that to the captain, guess what? It's going to be a brawl. And Watson will pay the price. But get the victory on the streak. Don't let them take you off the game. You got to play your game. The Devils will respond later. And that's just the way it is, folks. Oh, my goodness, as a reporter asked Nico what his Thanksgiving traditions are. When he said that they don't have Thanksgiving in Switzerland, she couldn't believe it. LOL. Are you serious that a reporter really asked that? Was that a reporter? Was that Amanda Stein? Anyway. All right. So I'm just like reading some of the comments here on the YouTube Live. Oh, it was on NHL Network. I think that's what they're saying. Okay. All right. So it wasn't Amanda Stein. Just because Amanda Stein asked all the questions. It's nothing against Amanda Stein. She does a pretty good job. I follow her Twitter account. Watson get beat up next game. Who knows? Maybe Watson sucks and, he won't be playing there anymore. Who knows? Ramona Rice, the fan predictor. I should probably get some inside information from you before I put my bets in on betstamp.app through all these reading all these comments. Wow, a lot of people piling in. I was just going to do a mini Woo report. But you really need to take a victory lap, fans. A victory lap. Steve says, hey, Sam, my rep is also Ron. Okay. Ron. We like Ron. Let's see here. Anymore. John says, see what happens when you sort out your defense. All aspects improve, including goaltending. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you can shore up your defense and your goaltending, you can stop the opposition. Things get a lot easier for your offense. And when things get easier for Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Dawson Mercer, and all the other guys, it's a good team. I mean, that's why the differential is the way it is right now. And by the way, the Devils are doing it without Palat during this 12-game stretch. Matter of fact, it's like Palat goes down, and we're like, uh-oh, here we go again, and boom, the adversity. This team is not fazed by anything right now. They've been through a lot, this young team. It makes you tougher. It definitely makes you tougher. Technique says, don't forget, all we have to do is play 500 ball from here, and we're in the playoffs. Probably. Well, I'll tell you something. I want to get greedy. I want the entire NHL. I want to be number one. And people are going to be scared. Other fan bases are going to be scared of the New Jersey Devils. They're going to be scared of us because they know how we are when we're winning. And when you have all that pent-up energy for 10 years of losing, heartaches that Taylor Hall has caused this organization, but the gift that keeps on giving since that trade, it's going to be amazing, folks. Enjoy the ride and take that victory lap. Because we're going to be obnoxious again. We're going to be cheering for our team again. The Rock will be rocking. And we'll be at American Whiskey for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Want to thank all those tuning in. And also, American. Yeah, the scary part about the Devils is they have a pipeline of prospects, especially on defense. That's why I keep on saying the Devils are scary good. They're winning now, and they're winning now without their best free agent of this past offseason. I'd say, Palat, take your time. Take your time. And take your time. And I agree with you, Ramona. Like, I want to beat Boston so bad. You know what? Bring on the big bad Boston Bruins. We're ready. And hopefully by then, Eric Holla will have more points than Pavel Zacha. Not counting on it, but you know what? Zacha having an okay season there, but I think Holla is what the Devils needed, just like John Marino. Want to thank all those tuning in. Love it, love it, love it. Take your victory lap, Devils fans. Take it. You deserve it. And it's going to be a fun ride. Take it one game at a time. One podcast at a time. Going to be dropping this podcast at midnight. You're going to have a happy Devils Sunday. You're going to have a happy Devils week. You can feel it. 12 wins in a row. I mean, I'm screenshotting the standings and sending it to my rival friends, New York Ranger fans, showing them up. What happened to Shesterkin? I thought he was world class. Hey, Scotty monopolized the time on Devils After Dark. I felt compelled to do a Woo report. Just jokes, Scotty. Oh, it feels good to be a New Jersey Devils fan. Again, want to thank all those tuning in. Be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Let's Go Devils podcast, Sunday edition. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go Devils.